Hand clap to the massive brothers and sisters. Hand clap! Welcome to another Vibrations on the one and only Mystelics Reacts channel. Big up, brothers and sisters, for definitely tuning into these vibrations. And of course, don't forget to do what, brothers and sisters. Click the like button. And of course, subscribe and turn on that post notifications so you can get the latest vibrations when they tend to come through. Right there. I do appreciate every single one of you guys for definitely tuning into these vibrations. And of course, brothers and sisters, without further ado, let us get into the vibrations, for which I'll be dropping another one a bit later on, so tune in for that as well. But let us get into the vibrations for the day. And of course, what you're seeing right there, brothers and sisters, is a boat. A boat and something in that boat, brothers and sisters. What exactly is in that boat? I don't know. Can you tell me? Of course you can tell me, because we can all see it right there. So I definitely know what's in the boat, brothers and sisters. It's a super fish, brothers and sisters. A Superman fish. Bigger than the actual man that apparently seems to have brought this fish inside. I don't think he actually pulled this thing by himself. A number of persons, from my understanding, were asking Mystelics, but how did he get it into the boat? Is he Superman? Is he that strong? Brothers and sisters, you realize somebody took the picture, right? You realize that? Just in case if you don't realize that, somebody took the picture. It's not God himself that flashed that picture. Therefore, somebody else had to be there to have helped this man put this thing on there, because this looks like it's about 4 times bigger than this man right there. But it's about 4 times bigger, so you know the boy going to be eating for the whole year, unless, and of course, have some fish to definitely ascend. But the question there is, what exactly kind of fish is this? It looks like a swordfish because of this long thing, but the persons were having debates. Some people say, I don't think that can be a tuna. What exactly kind of fish is this, guys? And this was caught around the SOUFRIERE region. A mama fish, brothers and sisters. Mama! That's right there, brothers and sisters. And of course, I know that boat is not small, but even the boat could not be able to handle the size of this. If the boat rocked too much, you know, they capsizing, you know. So thank God they made it, brothers and sisters. And of course, that individual right there, I'm guessing he's the real G in the situation right there, the real big boss of them all, brothers and sisters. We cannot see his face. I was trying to see if you see his face, but no, his face covered. He's a ninja man. Ninja man. There's an exportist, brothers and sisters. Don't see the kind of size on that thing there. With the Yamaha engine to make sure it reach shore. It must have a struggle with. To reel that in, brothers and sisters, is one thing. To put it inside the boat is another. So kudos to the individuals who actually made this possible. And of course, I know a number of persons will be eating well. Okay? And of course, I'm sure he'll be selling some parts of this fish. So kudos to the individual for definitely being able to bring this on board. If he did it by himself, I don't know if he did it by himself. It doesn't make sense that he did it by himself. But if he definitely did, you know that is export, man. Export. Back in the day, little boys, I don't know. Yeah, just say my thing. It is, brothers and sisters. Let us move on. Right there. Of course, PORTSMOUTH, in accordance to this, Dominica News Online right there, has been indicated to be amongst the what? The top 20 most beautiful cities in the world. I think they're tripping on this one. And this is why a number of persons, now don't get me wrong, you know, guys, look at PORTSMOUTH. Look at the majesty and the beauty of PORTSMOUTH. Now, I don't think that is a city. That Picard is the city of PORTSMOUTH, okay? But I don't think PORTSMOUTH itself is a city at all in any way, shape, or form. So them saying that, you know, PORTSMOUTH has made the top 20 most beautiful cities in the world is very interesting and telling right there. I think this came from Australia. This is actually on Dominica News Online. We'll definitely get to see this. But no doubt, brothers and sisters, Dominica is indeed beautiful. PORTSMOUTH region, this is around the Lago region going into the Caribbean region, and you have Kepings going on up there, this way. So you have a number of, you know, nice looking sceneries, and of course you're seeing the Saints of Guadeloupe over there, brothers and sisters. And of course I think that is quite phenomenal right there when it comes down to the beauty. But they are not talking about the country, you know, brothers. They talk about cities, brothers. It's cities. POSSIE have no city at all. I don't know what they're talking about. One of the things that I always mention, brothers and sisters, and I think a number of you guys actually agreed with me on that sentiment, is that we are seeing that Dominica, we're talking about Dominica and whole, Dominica, it seems to have been making a lot of top this and top that, top 5 of this and top 10 of that, and all sorts of top 10, but we do not see the necessary reflection in the tourism industry when it comes down to Dominica. Because you don't see the other Caribbean islands that have massive amounts of tourism. You see Dominica there. But you do not see it reflected in reality that, oh, it's nice, top 20 or a flock of a number of individuals who come from all over the place and come to Dominica to experience it for themselves. This is why a number of persons believe, and I myself, I personally believe, that individuals are connected to certain individuals in the travel velocity, and they are pretty much just, say, hey, okay, let's put this out there. Maybe they're giving them monies to put this out there to be named Dominica at the top of something, because it doesn't make sense to me, brothers and sisters. It doesn't make sense to me, Dominica being the top of all sorts of things, and we're not seeing it reflecting in the tourism industry in Dominica. Help me understand this right there, brothers and sisters. Remember, back in the day, we had daily flights from American Airlines via American Eagle, true or false? Yes, very true right there. And they had to cut it short, brothers and sisters. They had to cut daily flights because apparently Dominica was not meeting the expectation of the amount of individuals to be traveling back and forth. Also, on the basis of the way they had to come into, I think they have planned to come in via the sea, I think they have done this a number of times, but they're working around that to also try to make that well. But of course, when there was rain and a number of things, the plane had to fly back wherever it came from, whether it flew to another Caribbean island that have an international airport, or it had to fly back to Miami or Puerto Rico, whichever. But the planes were normally doing that from time to time, right there. But on the basis of individuals coming to Dominica, brothers and sisters, now boy, that's something else. We actually have Dominica being the top 20 most beautiful cities in the world, and Dominica don't have no city at all? Huh? What? So this is why a number of persons believe that some of the things people saying is not exactly accurate in that regard. But of course, let us read a little something, and then you guys can actually check the link on Dominica News Online. Look out for that article right there. Portsmouth named among top 20 most beautiful cities in the world, or among top most beautiful cities in the world, right there. Of course, Dominica's second tongue. Look at the very article is telling you that Portsmouth has a tongue, not a city. But anyways, Dominica's second tongue, Portsmouth, has been named among the 20 most beautiful cities in the world by Architectural Digest. The publication in its latest issue said the beauty of Portsmouth lies in the fact that it is significantly less known. What? So you're saying the beauty of it is because it's less known, not necessarily on the actual beauty of it? I didn't finish the sentence. Maybe that's... Anyways, they say the publication in its latest issue said that the beauty of Portsmouth lies in the fact that it is significantly less known than the other cities on the list, and it may be new to many readers. What? That make no sense at all. You know, saying about the beauty, the way the design is, none of that stuff. You're talking about the beauty, which is visual, brothers and sisters, of a city. And you're talking about the reason why it's beautiful is because it's significantly less known. What? That don't make no sense to me, brothers and sisters. When it don't make sense, it usually means it doesn't make sense, brothers. It don't have no sense at all. It's nonsense. However, it is said the city will be hard to forget after glimpsing its jungle, hiking trails, coastal westlands. What? What? Maybe I don't know what a city is. Maybe I don't know what a city is. But it said that the city will be hard to forget after glimpsing its jungle, hiking trails. That is not in this. You see jungle hiking trails in cities? Coastal wetlands lined with the sculpture roots of spectacular baobab trees. You guys are tripping beyond belief. But this is why it doesn't make sense sometimes when you're reading certain things. What? We talk about a city and they talk about jungle, hiking trails, coastal westlands. Guys, like I didn't get it before, Portsmouth is absolutely beautiful. Okay? When the Ross University people were there, we had the students and everything. Sometimes we used to go and chill. Sometimes we used to be on top cabarets. Some of us used to fall asleep. Just chill till about 5, 6 a.m. in the morning before you go home. Yes. So some of the Ross students, after the exams and when they want to free up or whatnot, blah, 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 who bring food, snacks, whatever, drinks, whatever. And we go up cabarets. And the beauty of Portsmouth in the night is majestic. The beauty in the day is absolutely phenomenal. But for you to come and say that Portsmouth, Dominica, has made the top 20, or not top, they don't put top, but 20 most beautiful cities. And then when you're talking about it has been significantly less known, and then talking about jungle hiking trails. What? Boy, I don't know. I don't know, man. And talk about baomang trees and unspoiled beaches that lead to coral reefs. What? Boy, boy, only have a kicks in that place. The city's beauty also lies in its effort to protect all the natural. Cities do not protect natural allure. Maybe I don't know what a city is, brothers and sisters. Maybe you can help me. Maybe you guys can help me understand what a city is right here. Anyways, guys, you can check this out on Dominica to figure out the rest of the stuff. But I must point out, they actually have the top, the 20 of them. But let's see if we see another Caribbean island inside there. Portsmouth, Dominica, and even Roseau. So we have Australia, Adelaide. That's a city. Estonia, that's a city. Dominica, that's a tongue, but they call it that's a Mexico. That's a city. Antigua, Guatemala. Okay, Guatemala has cities, brothers and sisters. Singapore, they don't even put Paris. They have, that cannot be the order. They have Dominica the third. Nah, man. Oh, now, guys, look, like listen. At least some of you doesn't listen carefully. And I need to watch the full video to understand. I am not saying that the Portsmouth isn't beautiful. I have said Portsmouth is beautiful time and time again. But Portsmouth is not a city to be compared amongst the most beautiful cities in the world, the top 20. Come on. And then it's collected amongst, I hope it have another Caribbean islands. So at least alleviate that, brothers and sisters. But we haven't seen any Caribbean islands yet. Singapore and Paris, Mozambique, Morocco, Thailand, Mozambique, Luxor, I've seen this place already. Egypt, Istanbul, Kyoto, I don't know, Kyoto, whatever, Japan, brothers and sisters, Spain, yeah, Barcelona, Cape Town is Bear City, Brazil, Rio de Janeiro, Italy, New York, Amsterdam. So they have no other Caribbean island there that have cities. Jamaica has beautiful cities. Real cities. What? Aye. Something wrong somewhere there, brothers and sisters. Maybe it's me. Maybe it's just me. Okay, maybe it's me. Okay, it's me. Okay. Anyway, brothers and sisters, what are your thoughts? That's just my thoughts. What are your thoughts? Leave your thoughts in the comment box below. Let us not get carried away right there. But in the city, brothers and sisters, this is what we're selling. Let me put up the volume.
No, boy, something wrong, boy, in that country, bro. Something wrong, boy. See $45. See $45. 3 items, $45.
So a Vaseline soothing hydration cream, a packet of 2 packets of Shirley. It's $45. Boy. Guess how that city expensive, we boy. What? Boy?
What the more? No way. I need to come out in that place. What?
No, boy, Mr. Lion, boy. Mr. Lion to us all. That's not $45. So you mean to that is 20 and that is 5? Or that is 15 and that is 15? Or that is 20 and that is what? 15? No, that is 30. That is 20 and that is 12.50. Boy, only have a kicks in that Dominica there, we? Yes, man. Yes. Maybe that is actually $20 and that is $12.50. Maybe. For real. That is probably what it is. Maybe that is $20. Or maybe that is $25 and that is $10. Maybe. But my God. Cream for $25. Yes, Lord. That is $45, eh? Alright then. This is why something very interesting is happening, brothers and sisters. So on top of buying your stuff for $45, we have been hearing, there have been rumors, brothers and sisters, indicating the question, is it true? For the past 2 months, some government workers' paycheck was signed by none other than Mr. NASSIEF. Is that true, brothers and sisters? We know about the affiliations of Mr. NASSIEF businesses as a result of CBI program, you know, and involvement in that. So maybe, you know, that money is that needed, you know, to pass on had to come through in some other ways, means, and matters. Maybe, brothers and sisters. But is it true that for the past 2 months, government workers' paychecks was signed by none other than Mr. NASSIEF? What a wow wow, baby. We've been hearing about the whole situation of the monies not being able to come to Dominica via the consolidate by the they call that again, by the banks. I forget anyway. You guys get my point. By the banks, the foreign banks, they don't know. They probably gotta you know, see where the monies came from. So they're like, you're not coming. So with that, no, you have to clarify before we send money through, and maybe that didn't happen, so they have to pay the people, and they have to pretend, hey, money coming through, man, don't afraid. Brothers and sisters, if we're working towards agriculture, one of the reasons why I need to get so, brothers and sisters, we will tune in, hopefully, get Glenroy Soso, who has been in that industry for quite some time. We want to get to have him, get some talks on agriculture, brothers and sisters, on the podcast on BrBpTV. Hopefully, we can get to do that as well. So if you guys are excited for that, let me know that in the comment box below. Having a good discussion with Soso on that regard right there. But if you know things were doing well in agriculture, and actually our actual product, which is agriculture, brothers and sisters. Agriculture deals with the soil, the water, and the sun. Being able to produce these things, we take care of our water, brothers and sisters. We have better rivers. Better rivers will then entire. You look at the connection, we take care of our rivers, brothers and sisters. We have better rivers. We have enriched soil with proper rivers flowing. Not only that, connecting that to hydroelectricity, thus enabling the people to do things better. We've been hearing about power outage across Dominica. They want to make it seem, oh, the people know about load shedding. Let's not put load shedding, let's put load management. That is the same thing. Load shedding is part of load management. You are managing the load, brothers and sisters. And then load shedding, you're splitting it all over the place so that when that's how I myself tried to explain that. So, what a wow, brothers and sisters. What a wow. It has been indicated to individuals out there that what? Time to kick Mr. out. He crippling the country. This is not new. You think it's no? Dominica ended up with 106 debt. You know what is 106? Debt to GDP ratio? Huh? You don't know. You don't know. Dummy, we faced it with 106% debt. Boy. And all you still see, SKERRIT is the best choice. Just like Kamala. I see a set of people in Dominica talk about Kamala. Kamala was the worst candidate in the Democratic Party in 2020. The worst, brothers and sisters. Zelle had a -2. Boy, yeah. -2. And Dominicans happy, oh, Joe Biden come because they know Joe Biden is a tebe. So we bringing Kamala. Boy, are you happy for Kamala? Kamala's vice president did what she do now? They put her in charge of border security, brothers and sisters. America faced the worst border security in its entire history. And only one Kamala. Are you happy, Kamala? Boy, that's something wrong. This is why I always tell people that Democrats are equivalent, the United States Democrats are equivalent to the Dominican Labour Party people. They have the same sort of mentality. I cannot understand that. This is why we always see these things, brothers and sisters. Man like to lick boots. Don't lick boots, man. Oh, is that we are because we know Joe was terrible. But the polls, the ratings of Kamala is far 10% lower than Joe Biden. Joe Biden had one of the lowest in American history of president and president candidate ratings. Kamala was 10% below that. Boy, I know you happy. Something wrong with humans, you know. Something wrong with humans. The lowest way, she was last in the Democratic thing in 2020. She last, dead last, -2. Boy. Anyways, let me leave that alone. Because it's a fanfare. The media, oh, okay, fanfare. People like the fanfare. They doesn't think. They not use their brain and think. Brothers and sisters, logically thinking is the problem in the world, brothers and sisters. And the powers that are literally making that happen. Yes, brothers, they're making the children dumb. Remember back in the day, people used to calculate with their minds, brothers and sisters. 4 times 4 is 16. I say a woman put in 4 times 4 is 8 we. And then it had a girl I was reacting to that. And she said, oh, I see what you do. And then she said, why didn't she put it the other way? Because she herself. The video also say women tend to be a little slow. Not all, but a good amount. If you look at the IQ ratio, brothers and sisters, you notice that a lot of them are aligning in the middle. More men are aligning in high IQ, but more men are aligning in the high IQ. Also, more men are aligning in the low IQ, but the proportion of IQ when it comes down to women is usually in the middle. So they don't have the highest IQ, you know, but proportion. Anyways, you get the point. So that they were testing that out on one of the persons, and she was reacting to it, and she said, why? Because she put the 8 first, and then she put the equal 8 in front, and she checking why didn't she put it at the back? You know, put the 8 at the back. 4 times 4 is not 8, my girl. It's 32. I'm just tripping. 32 divided by 2 is 16, brothers and sisters. So she herself fall for it. She fall for it. Boy, that is something else. People just getting slower and slower. You've seen it happening daily, brothers and sisters. Anyways, there's something I want you guys to listen to right there before we get into the second reaction. So you guys continue into that a bit later on today. But it's very interesting when you watch this, guys. Take a listen to this right there.
Y'all don't fool with me. I want everyone in the world to hear this.
Everybody in the world needs to hear this, brothers and sisters. He said nobody's fooling him. You're talking about white people versus black people.
White people don't think like how we think. Because number one, let me tell you what they'll do. White families will get together and say, you sell shoes, I sell clothes, you sell this, and you sell that.
Chinese also do the same thing too. Chinese also tend to do the same thing too. On a larger scale, I'm talking about it, because you might notice, well, it depends on the population. You might have one Chinese store doing the same thing there, then you have the other one doing the same thing. Like in Dominica, you have a Chinese store, a grocery store. Next, you have a restaurant somewhere. The next one looking to sell soul or something. But in general, in the population, depending on where you are, that's what's up. But in Dominica, I have seen it for myself. You see a lady selling roast plantain. I've seen that for myself, guys. You see a lady selling roast plantain on the left side of the street. Next week, you will see 2 ladies, one on the left, one on the right, selling the same plantain. She's saying, boy, eat a plantain. Let me see if I can maybe sell a little bread and what is that? Codfish. Maybe I can sell a bread and codfish next side or something. No. Everyone wants to sell the same thing to give each other competition. Especially if they do something selling. Well, they want to take away the bread. Well, try and get something. Be creative now and sell something else. No. They want to come back and sell the same thing. But he's talking about the white and blacks. I'm guessing that's what he's going to mention.
That's what they do. They don't fight one another. But us Negroes, he do clothes, she can do the clothes.
See, I just said that. You do clothes? Okay, you're selling your stuff there. All right, cool. I remember in South, brothers and sisters, is that the lady that was selling fruits? Is lady? Is that the lady that was selling fruits? Not too long after, brothers and sisters, more people were selling fruits on the same stretch. So they probably checking if somebody coming from that side on the same stretch, the person will stop down there. Somebody coming there, they will stop there. That's probably what they're thinking. Nobody being creative.
She can open the clothes right across the street, right next door. You don't like to see one another progress. Oh, under the white people, you couldn't go here, you couldn't go there. Well, I wasn't old enough. But I know under black people, there's certain things you can't have. That's what I know. Because I look at this government trying to tax me back to dirt roof.
Hey. Church.
Dirt floor and thatched roof. Jesus was asked the question, from whom do men collect tax?
Guys, listen carefully. You see this why the great book is so vital to our own survival. Let us go back a little. You talk about the greatest book known to mankind.
In whom do men collect tax?
In whom do men collect tax, brothers and sisters? Do you know the answer to that? I remember the great book speaking about Caesar, renter to Caesar. So I'm thinking maybe Caesar you're talking about. I don't know. Let's see.
This is from strangers.
Oh, strangers. Okay. All right. From strangers, brothers and sisters. You collect tax from strangers.
You don't tax your own people.
You don't tax your own people. What is happening in Dominica, brothers and sisters? Let's see what is happening in Dominica. Let's see if we can make sense out of what he just stated right there. Remember when the Prime Minister them talk about removing fees from the yachters individuals? So they can come in free. But then on top of that, brothers and sisters, they are now hiking up prices on the citizens. I remember when the Prime Minister talking about subsidizing prices. Subsidizing prices wouldn't mean bringing down bringing down the taxes, cutting it in half. Just like St. Kitts does do. They have VAT days, they have off days, they have all kind of days. They're just having St. Kitts. People know when they need to go and buy. They will save their money for a particular time, knowing that the VAT day is coming through. That, of course, helps. That one day, when millions of dollars have been made, brothers and sisters, that can actually help to sustain businesses throughout the year. During that one day, or they have half day off tax, or whatever they just do, in case you miss it. And it also causes individuals to buy the produce on the land instead of wanting to sell stuff. It's interesting, brothers and sisters, that you can buy stuff overseas. It comes through the port and it's still cheaper than what they're selling on island. Brothers and sisters, why are we against our own selves, man? We are against our own self. I remember the man was talking about tomato. They were importing tomato, and in Dominica, the man have a field of tomatoes that's rotting there. Rotting there. And talking about your people, some people always mention home will always be home. Brothers and sisters, home can never always be home. Sometimes home doesn't treat you like you are from there. You feel sometimes better outside than inside. I've heard a number of persons saying anytime they come back to Dominica, they always feel a sense of hopelessness, man. Not those that come in for 2 weeks and go, or not those that come in for a week or a few days to go back or to go to another Caribbean island. Not those that I'm talking about. And about those that coming in and know that's where they're staying. They always feel a sense of hopelessness, brothers and sisters. Because home doesn't really feel like home. That is something else. From whom do you collect taxes? From strangers. Render to Caesar that of which is Caesar's, brothers and sisters. If you're coming into a man's home and you have to pay a little something, you have to pay a little something. Brothers and sisters, we have to pay tax to live. The citizen have to pay tax to live. Or do you never find that strange? You have to pay tax on your salary depending on the kind of salary that you have, brothers and sisters. Pay tax on salary, then you're buying things, you still have to pay more tax than the people that you pay tax to as a result of the shop or whatever you paid. But they still have to pay tax. That is truly something else. Right there. Anyways, let's continue.
This is ridiculous. This is ridiculous. Trying this to get life better for you, my family. And the governments will penalize you.
Boy, you're trying to make life better for you and your family, and the government will penalize you with taxes.
Trying to make life better for you, my family.
Imagine that. Who cares about who, brothers and sisters? Who cares? We live in a society, and I understand society from the monkey's point of view. When they did the test on the monkeys, and the monkeys were given bananas to climb, they would climb on top of a ladder and get bananas. And every time the monkeys would be happy, they rushed on top of the ladder. And then they started wetting the monkeys. So every time the monkeys went on top of the ladder, they wet them, they wet them, they wet them. So the monkeys stop. They will replace a monkey and put a new monkey inside there. And every time that new monkey climbed the ladder, they will wet that monkey and the other monkeys who did not go for that banana. You understand what I'm saying? They will wet the monkey, the new monkey, because banana, he like banana, he go on top there for the banana. They will wet that monkey and they will wet the other monkeys that did not go for the banana. So they will replace the other ones from time to time and bring in a new monkey. All of a sudden, the monkeys will go for the banana. They wouldn't wet them. But as a result of conditioning, the monkeys will start to beat the others to the point where new monkeys just generated idea. They're just beating each other. So when all the wet monkeys from the original thing were left, and that cycle continued, brothers and sisters, they will put in bananas. The new monkeys coming in. The other monkeys have no clue why they would beat the monkey, but they just were in it. They beat them. That's the same thing that has happened for taxis, brothers and sisters. Back in the day, they used to fight it. Today, we accepting it. Because that's what we know. We don't even know why we paying taxes from our own income. I would understand, yes, the government needs to do things and whatnot, from time to time. But if the government was actually making surplus in the country, places like Dubai, and not Dubai, no? It's Dubai. Places like Singapore, these places there. Libya back in the day, these people didn't used to pay taxes because the country, the GNI, brothers and sisters, the gross national income was so big. The gross national income is what is outside coming in. Okay? The GDP self was high as well. They had that surplus. So when people wanted to go to school, they used to pay for them. When all sorts of wanted to get married, wanted to start a house, used to get stipend or something of that sort to help the people elevate. Right now, that has been destroyed. So they will never, the people of Libya will never, the new upcoming generation will never know what that is like. They will enter into a system where they come just like the rest of the Western world, paying taxes, and they don't even know why they're paying it on their salaries. Why? Because if you're paying taxes on your salaries, brothers and sisters, obviously it doesn't make sense. If you're paying taxes for goods and this kind of things, they would make sense. You shouldn't be getting taxed on your salary. An individual indicated something that was very profound. He said, I work in 9 to 5, all hours myself, working for the mediocre money I'm making. I never see the government. Next thing, at the end of the year, the government showing up themselves to take some of what they never worked for. It's interesting how conditioning is. I have seen conditioning happening, but anyways, let me leave it there, brothers. I have a next video to do. Hopefully you'll get the point. If you get the point, click the thumbs up button, brothers and sisters. I would appreciate that. And of course, subscribe and turn on that post notifications so you can get the latest vibrations when they tend to come through. Right, there's some more Mystelics. Once again, guys, be real. Ha! Salute the king always. Be positive.